Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a palette review on the new Jouer palette. This is the Essential Matte and Shimmer Eyeshadow palette. If you want to find out a little bit more about this palette, make sure you keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I ordered the Jouer palette from beautylish.com. It is one of my favorite sites to order from because it has tons of brands that Sephora doesn't normally carry, and they ship to Canada at a relatively reasonable rate. And if you actually do spend over $35, it's free shipping, which is fantastic. They also collect duties and taxes for you at the very beginning, so you're not stuck paying for them when FedEx gives you a call. First of all, I really love the packaging of this palette. It's got this really nice sort of cheetah print on the front, and then on the back it actually shows you all of the colors that are in the palette, including all of the names for each of the eyeshadows. There are 12 shadows that come in this eyeshadow palette, and they are all mattes and shimmers, of course, as the name suggests. The mattes definitely outweigh the amount of shimmers that are included in this palette, and by my count there's only 4 shimmers out of the 12 shadows. I also like that this palette comes with a big honkin' mirror here. I am going to try not to blind you anymore, so I'll cover that up as best I can, but the mirror is really lovely. So if you are traveling with this palette and you just want something to use, this is really great to just take along with you. The case is made of a hard plastic, so it is relatively durable. However, I accidentally dropped my eyeshadow palette and oh no, it's breaking off even more. Damn it. The eyeshadow is prone to breaking, so I would say it is a little more delicate even though the packaging is quite durable. I'd say be very, very careful when you are traveling with this particular bad boy. Jouer is a new brand that I've been playing around with. I really like their liquid lipsticks. I think those are lovely. I can do a review on those in another video, but I really wanted to give this eyeshadow palette a go before I filmed my final review on it. The colors in this eyeshadow palette are definitely more warm toned than anything else. You've got some really nice lighter colors in this top row here, like if I flip it around, that's the top row, that are going to be great for a transition color or for highlighting your brow bone. You've got some nice crease shades sort of in the middle area here, and then definitely some darker colors that will give you a little bit of extra dimension with any eye look that you are trying to create, or maybe add a little bit of drama or smokiness if you are doing a smoky eye. I am wearing pretty much all of these colors on my eyes today. I wanted to do a look with them so you can see how they wear and how they look on camera. One thing I will say about the matte shadows in particular with this palette is that they are a little on the powdery side, especially the second and the third rows. If you pick up any of the swatches, they do kick off a little bit of powder and they feel a little bit on the grainy side, but maybe that's because there's quite a bit of pigment in them, as you can see here. I found that the top row in particular didn't kick off much pigment at all. That really light sort of yellow canary shade barely has anything coming off of it, and I feel like there's no color actually coming out, and even with my brush I remember really digging it in there and there wasn't much that I could really work with in terms of a tone. The shimmer shadows do have a bit of a butterier feel to them, but that's with most shimmery shadows. They do have a nice color to them, but again, nothing that really wows you. It's just your basic shimmer. All of the eyeshadows in this palette blended very, very well. I had no problems with patchiness. As soon as I dipped my brush into the eyeshadow pan, I had enough pigment to just go in there and do my look. And of course, you're probably all wondering how this palette swatches, so here we go. In terms of wear time, these shadows don't have a lot of longevity with me in particular, and you guys know I have very oily eyelids, so these shadows last about 3 to 4 hours before I start to see creasing and I have to go in there and do a little bit of touching up. My Morphe shadows actually tend to last a lot longer and they are a lot cheaper as well. So if it was me, I would actually pick my Morphe palettes over this particular palette here. I enjoy using this palette, but there's nothing about it that screams incredible. It's just an okay palette. For me, I really would have liked to see maybe an additional bold color in there, maybe like a turquoise blue or a purple or another hue that would add just a little bit of pizzazz to it. The more I look at this palette, the more it actually reminds me of one of the Viseart palettes. It's very similar to this in sort of a warm toned, neutral sort of color scheme. If you already have a bunch of eyeshadow palettes at home, then I'd say skip on this. You really don't need it. There's nothing special about it. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it helpful. If you have already used this particular palette and you have some thoughts and opinions on it, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I do read everything and I try to respond to as many comments as possible. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, and also connect with me on social media. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. And if you do add me to Snapchat, I always show you previews of what I'm about to film, as well as mini hauls of all of the makeup products that I am ordering. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are having an amazing day no matter where you are in the world. Stay beautiful, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.